Children, today we are going to learn about Le-Chatelier principle. Many chemical reactions have industrial importance such as synthesis of ammonia, which are reversible in nature. But it is important to know the reaction conditions to produce maximum yield. So, if a system at equilibrium means both the reactant side as well as the product side both are equal. So, if it is disturbed by changing the conditions like temperature, pressure, concentration, etc., that can be predicted. The system adjusts itself the new conditions to re-establish the equilibrium. That is Le-Chatelier bond principle. So, according to this principle, what is that principle? If a system at equilibrium is disturbed, equilibrium means both reactant side as well as the product side both are equal. So, if a system at equilibrium is disturbed, then the system shifts itself in the direction that nullifies the effect of that disturbance. Now, I'll give some factors you'll understand. The first one, effect of concentration. What is meant by concentration? By understanding fact, we can say it is mass. Mass, we can say. For example, consider a reaction H2 gas plus I2 gas giving 2HI gas. These two are reactants and this is the product. At equilibrium, this is the first point. At equilibrium, concentration of H2 and concentration of I2, that is the reactant, and the concentration of HI, which is the product. Both the sides, the concentration is equal. So at equilibrium, both the concentrations are equal. Now, suppose if I am increasing the concentration of iodine or hydrogen, what happens? The equilibrium shift to nullify. Now the system gets disturbed. First it was at equilibrium, so both the sides are equal. Now if I am changing the concentration, that is hydrogen or iodine, what happens? The equilibrium shifts to the right, that is forward reaction favors. The system moves this side. Forward reaction favors. Now, if I changing the concentration of HI, that is the product, if I am changing, what happens? The system moves this side. System moves to the left side. So, to nullify that effect, to re-establish that effect, the system is moving. Now I'll show this with one example. Now you take, for example, HI, the formation of HI, considering the concentration of HI, let it be 0.2 moles. 0.2 moles, no, HI 1 mole you can take. Next, hydrogen we can take as 0.2 hydrogen. Hydrogen and iodine. Hydrogen 0.2 mole and iodine 0.1 mole. Consider. These are the concentrations. HI 1 mole, H2 0.2 mole and iodine 0.1 mole. Now, if you are writing Kc equilibrium constant, HI power 2, concentration power 2 because 2 HI by H2 concentration, I2 concentration. Now what is the value for HI? 1. So 1 square by H2 0.2 into I2 0.1. 1 square means 1 into 1 by 0.2 into 0.1. So the value we got from this is 50. This is the Kc value. Now we have to find, Kc means equilibrium constant. Now we have to find the Q value. Already you have learnt Q is equal to Kc means at equilibrium, Q less than Kc, Q greater than Kc, everything I have taught in the last class. Now for finding the reaction quotient Q, Q means under non-equilibrium conditions. So in that case, for example, initial number of moles. For this same question, if I am taking under non-equilibrium condition, so we can find Q also Hi power 2 by H2 concentration, I2 concentration. I will write. So concentration at H2, I2, Hi. Concentration at equilibrium, let it be 0.2, iodine 0.1, here it is 1. Now disturbance, disturbed. If I am adding extra 0.1 mole of iodine, now the equilibrium is changed under Q means under non-equilibrium conditions. So I am adding extra 0.1 mole of iodine. So what happened? Concentration after addition of 0.1. So here 0.2 same. Here 0.1 plus 0.1, 0.2, here 1. Now change in concentration, minus x, here 2x. So what is the remaining? 0.2 minus x, 0.2 minus x, here 1 plus 2x. 1 plus 2x. So now, so concentration of Hi equals to 1 plus 2x. So 1 plus 2x. Therefore, here after some time in the problem it is given Hi value concentration is 1.092 moles. Consider. Now apply 1 plus 2x is equal to 1.092 m. So 2x is equal to 1 minus 1.092 giving, we are getting the value 0.092. So from this what is x? X is equal to x is equal to 0.046 m. So what is the concentration of hydrogen and iodine? This is for Hi. Now for H2 concentration 0.2 minus x, that is 0.2 minus 0.046 is equal to 0.154. Similarly for iodine also 0.2 minus x is equal to 0.2 minus 0.046 is equal to 0.154. Now apply everything in this value here. Applying here, Hi value is 1.096, that is 2 times 1.092 by H2 0.154 into 0.154, that also equal to 50. Here Q value is equal to Kc. So if Q value is equal to Kc, it determines the re-establishment of the equilibrium at this stage. So even after the addition of extra iodine, the system moves in the opposite side to nullify that effect, and it makes the concentration at equilibrium. This example given in a book you can go through but The main factor here is only 3 points. At equilibrium, concentrations of H2I2 equal to concentration of HI. When the concentration of the reactant get increased, equilibrium shifting towards right. When the concentration of the product get increased, equilibrium shifting towards left. These 3 points enough. Book it is given elaborate manner, but when through the video class, you can note these 3 sentences and you can make a note in a classwork note. First point in effect of concentration. Concentration of the reactant and products are equal at equilibrium. Now, if the concentration of the reactant get increased, equilibrium shifting towards the product side, that is forward reaction favors. When the concentration of the product get increased, equilibrium shifting towards the left side, that is reverse reaction takes place. These factors you have to keep in your mind.